Good evening, everyone. First of all, let me thank you all on behalf of VIA and Nagpur First for enthusiastically participating in today's event. India and Britain have held a very long rich history, shared history. We have close cultural ties and we are also very good trade partners. Considering that VIA and Nagpur First have been making fairly routine meetings with the British High Commission over here, and we try to find out what common spaces and what common opportunities can be worked out between the two countries. To begin this program, let me first request our President to welcome our Chief Guest for the day. Our Chief Guest today needs no introduction. He is a much loved and respected Member of Parliament from Rajya Sabha, Shri Ajit Ji. May I also request President Sir to hand over a floral welcome to Mr. William Hopkinson, First Secretary from the British High Commissioner. May I request our Vice President, Sir, Shri Suresh Ji, to welcome our guest, Mr. Chandru Iyer, who is the Outreach Ambassador for Nagpur First. He's based out of UK. Sir, one more. I will also request you to hand over a floral welcome to Mr. Faiz Wahid, who is I'll say he's not just a Nagpur First member, he's equally a part of VIA. Before I hand over the dash to our President for his opening remarks, I would like to showcase a small video about what VIA is and what we are trying to do over here.
You will look at here.
Chhattisgarh to the east, Telangana to the south, and Marathwada and Khandesh to the west is Vidarbha, an economic growth engine. Vidarbha holds 2/3 of Maharashtra's mineral resources and generates a major proportion of the state's electricity. It is also under a special power tariff scheme, and there's tremendous potential for the infinitely available solar power here as well. Owing to the central location and quality infrastructure for logistics, it is the preferred choice for industrial development in the post-GST era. Most districts in Vidarbha are classified under the or even lower category. The region also receives special capital and interest subsidies for investment. Vidarbha offers inviting opportunities when it comes to tourism. The region is home to 3/4 of the state's forest resources. Thus, it boasts of thriving ecotourism. Also, with numerous sites of historic significance, heritage tourism flourishes here. Progress lies not only in form of enterprises, but also in the entire socio-economic milieu of Vidarbha. The 11 districts teem with the potential for diverse, multi-pronged growth. India's tiger capital, or the Nagpur district, is a booming industrial hub with over 22,000 micro, small and medium enterprises. Tuticorin, the largest industrial setup in Asia, houses 2 major thermal power stations. Nagpur boasts of leading IT firms as well as industrial giants. It is already home to several educational and research institutions as well as skill development centers of international repute, and furthermore are on their way. A vibrant engineering cluster is soon to set its pace in Nagpur. The city is on a major path of change in the SEZ segment and is on its way to be a growing hub for employment generation. One of the advantages offered by Nagpur is that there is tremendous ease of doing business across various industries. There is a well-developed logistics network with Mihan and Concord, as well as the Jawaharlal Nehru Port Trust on its way. This facilitates swift movement of resources. Administration has taken a major leap greater connectivity with the Maharashtra Samruddhi Mahamarg. Internal infrastructure too is under speedy advancement. The region is rich in mineral wealth and there are several coal mines as well as metallurgical industries in the area. The entire district is home to a large number of well-established industrial clusters. Dal mills and ready-made garments are just the tip of the iceberg. Nagpur is the perfect confluence of modernity, tranquility and lush landscapes. India's black gold region is the Chandrapur district of Maharashtra. Chandrapur is not only India's second largest producer of coal, but also houses over 6,000 small and large-scale industries from various industrial sectors. Home to a dense forest cover, Chandrapur is rich in teak and bamboo. While teak has for centuries been a commercially profitable hardwood, bamboo today offers a wide array of innovative applications. It is home to numerous well-established craft clusters. Standalone bamboo items are among the indigenous crafts. The region is soon to commence the manufacturing of fly ash-based products. Agro-processing is another core activity. Amravati is a major textile hub. MOUs signed with textile giants have set the ball rolling for a massive inflow of investment. The region is well known for its vibrant apparel cluster. The oil mills are another major revenue generator. With comprehensive initiatives in place by local administration, Amravati is soon on its way to become one of India's foremost smart cities. Also among Vidarbha's most swiftly growing industrial hubs is Wardha. The stupendous growth in the sectors of agro and food products, metal fabrication, textiles, and non-metallic minerals paves the way. Home to the historic Sevagram Ashram, Wardha is an important center for heritage tourism as well. The largest rice cultivators are Bhandara and Golia districts, with over 1,200 rice mills in the region. These have undergone rapid expansion and modernization in keeping with export requirements. The ordnance factory at Bhandara is a major contributor to national defense. The Buldhana district is a hub for cotton. It has cotton, soybean, and corn as the major crops grown. Agro-processing is another core activity here. It is also well known for its dal mills. Buldhana's Crater Lake, Lonar, one of its kind in the world, is amongst Vidarbha's major tourist attractions. The Washing Growth Center is among the finest industrial parks in central India. A beacon for the cotton processing industry, Washing is home to innumerable ginning and pressing mills. The region also has leading dal mills and oil mills and is a center for thriving small-scale industry. Akola, the cotton city, is India's largest cotton producing district. Known for the vibrant Varani language, Akola is a prominent road and rail junction in the Tapti River Valley. The area is an important commercial trading center. Yavatmal is well on its way to a rapid industrial boom. Premium companies are on to set up huge plants in the district with a proposed investment of over 2,000 crores. The lime cluster is an important revenue generator here. Driving Yavatmal's economic potential are its forest-based industries. Both strong and eco-friendly, it has diverse uses right from construction to textile. Bamboo and teak are also found abundantly in the Gadchiroli district. Bamboo crafts of the area are truly distinctive. There are several initiatives in place for harnessing the teak potential of the region. With strategic effort on the part of local leadership towards holistic development, the districts of Vidarbha are well on their way to be giants of industry. With a vision to bring about socio-economic growth through industry, the Vidarbha Industries Association helps pave the way for a Vidarbha that is as lively as it bursts with progress. Varhad, or Vidarbha, nestled between Madhya Pradesh to the north.
Request President Sir to give his remarks.
Very good evening, friends. It's a proud privilege to welcome Mr. Hopkinson to Vidarbha Industry Association this evening. Also to Ajabai, our dear representative to the Parliament till very recently. Mr. Chandru Iyer, who is not a new face to us here. For the last few years, we have been interacting very closely with him. And Nagpur First, the organization which has been taking a lead in that direction. Fairbai is here, representing Nagpur First, and Mr. Ratnakar also here. So we welcome all of you here to for this short interactive meet at VIA. I was just talking to you in brief about our association. This is more than half a century old setup. To be precise, about 54 years old this organization is, which was founded primarily to ensure speedy industrialization of this region. Over the years, we have been trying to add more and more features to our activities, and as on date, we can claim to be an organization which has got about 15, 16 forums who more or less autonomously focus on a lot of on very important areas. I would say ecosystem, to build up ecosystem, industrial ecosystem in the region. Say, for example, human resource development, skill development, promoting exports from this region. We are actually forum here, enterprise friendship forum, which primarily focuses at promoting not only startups, but then trying to catch them young, right at the college level and all. We have a very vibrant lady entrepreneurship forum. Sachi Madam is sitting, she is the chairperson of this forum, and so on and so forth. So there are about 15, 16 forums who try to build up a proper ecosystem, industrial ecosystem in the region. For the last few years, we realized that we must also simultaneously give special attention to the potent sectors of this region. For example, we have mineral wealth. This is the richest mineral belt in the entire state of Maharashtra. And value addition to minerals from this region is could be one of the major economic activity, which unfortunately was untapped to its full potential. So, mineral resource, value addition to mineral resources, minor forest produce. We have engineering cluster here. We were having an informal chat about aerospace and defense cluster here. That is another very, very important. Incidentally, for ages, Nagpur has been a center for defense production. Within about 200-250 kilometers area, we have about we have 5 ordnance factories. We have huge ordnance depots, one in Pulgaon, another one in Nagpur. We have the Air Force Maintenance Command of the Indian Air Force here, based here at Nagpur, in Jabalpur. So it has been known traditionally, right from British days. It was known to be, obviously for very strategic reasons, very safe, right in the center, because this Nagpur city is also known as zero milestone city of the country. So defense sector is very important, and as we were telling you, Lieutenant General Todke, who is still 3 years back, he was Master General Ordnance of the Indian Army. Fortunately, that we have, he is a Nagpurian, and he has decided to make Nagpur as his base now and help promote defense cluster. So like this, now VIA is now narrowing down and trying to focus on various important sectors here. And the core teams in each of these sectors is also very active. They lobby on policy matters with the government. They also try to troubleshooting for whatever major hurdles and issues within that sector are, and so on and so forth. So these are the kind of activities that we have. Of late, yes, we have also realized that today it's a global scenario now. Unless we synergize ourselves with our international partners, we would not be able to ensure the pace of development. So in that context, we have been interacting with all the dignitaries, state delegations. They have been coming very frequently to the area now, which is helping both the ways. It is helping the local entrepreneurs to develop vision, to identify opportunities, and of course, that the region gets projected in the right perspective. So with this background and a few words on association's activities, I welcome you once again to our association and look forward to very fruitful interactions with you this evening. Thank you.
I'd like to request Mr. Chandru here to make his presentation. Some of us have had an opportunity to hear him before, and he speaks very well, and he is a Nagpurian to the core, so always trying to promote Nagpur.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening, all of you. First of all, members of the dais, Mr. Sancheti, senior members of VIA, players from Nagpur, thank you all for having us here. It's an absolute pleasure to come back, and it's always great to come back home. And whenever I plan a trip to Nagpur, my parents get very happy, oh, my son is coming home. But then when I tell them that I'm going to spend some time with the larger business community in Nagpur, they always say, oh, come on, again, you're sharing your time with us and with somebody else as well. So, but it's got to be done, because I strongly believe in giving it back to my hometown which gave me so much to help me get where I am today, in terms of having been in the UK for the last 10 years. But I don't forget my roots. The fact that Saraswati Vidyalaya is where I started, then up to Bishop Cotton, and then SFS College and the Ramdev Baba, and I owe it to every one of them to make me what I am today. So I can go on about myself, but it's not about me today. It's about what we can do for Nagpur, our hometown, and so that's what we're going to talk about. So a couple of months ago, when I got a call from the Deputy High Commission in Bombay, saying that the British High Commissioner is planning a trip to Nagpur, and he's coming here for some meetings, but along with that, he would like to meet the business community. First thing I had to do was to get in touch with Nagpur first and VIA, and I'm ever so thankful to you that very short notice, you could organize a session for him with the business community here, and he has gone back with some very, very positive feedback. I'm sure about that, because what happened after that was a month later when I dropped an email to William and said, William, I'm planning to go to Nagpur just for a day on business and then some family time. I said, would you like to come along? And he said, yes, when are we going? So you don't need a more positive feedback than that from William to say, okay, let's go to Nagpur, let's follow up on Dominic's visit and see what more can we do with the city. So it was fantastic to get a positive feedback from William. So from there on, we started working on it, and I think in a very short time, all the members of VIA and members of Nagpur First who helped us put this program together, and I'm feeling so great today. I'm so happy and so proud of Nagpur as my hometown, because and I was talking to some of the members earlier, and when we've been talking about the Mihan project for a very long time, and for a very long time it's been an idea on a piece of paper, and we all had our own sense of disappointment in terms of when it will start. And then when I went to Mihan today and spent half a day there and saw the development for myself, I can very strongly say now that I don't feel two thoughts about talking to foreign delegations and saying, come to Nagpur and have a look at Mihan, because now I can say safely that Mihan exists in flesh and you can actually see for itself. So whether I'm looking at an InfoSec center which is at par with the Google center anywhere in the world, or if you look at an HCL center which looks like a Microsoft outlet or a Microsoft center, the Lupin Labs, state-of-the-art pharmacy manufacturing plant, and everything else. The Future Group's warehousing facility, which is state-of-the-art. It was fantastic to see that the whole Future Group's warehousing happens out of Nagpur. It's absolutely fantastic to see all of that. So I think we're slowly getting away from that few years ago, I used to always say in this same forum that I think we have to grow away from the oranges and the Haldirams and the tigers and everything else. And I think we can safely say today that we have grown beyond that now. We can say that we are the technology, we are a city where technology thrives, we are a city where manufacturing thrives, and we are a city where agro-processing can happen. We're a city where aerospace is growing, so we can talk about a lot of those things, and that's something that's a big plus for us as a Nagpurian. I feel strongly about it. Few points I've always talked about, and I think I've no harm in repeating them again. I've been doing international business for the last 20 years, and I like international business, and it's all about meeting new businesses every day, trying to understand their dynamics, and trying to see, okay, what works best for them and how we can make them become global. And when we talk about international business, it's all about trade and investment. So when we talk about Nagpur city and we say that,